दिल्ली जवाहरलाल नेहरू विश्वविद्यालय JNU Allumini एसोसिएशन वार्षिक उत्सव भुवनेश्वर गीता गोविंद सदन आरंभ होईछि। उद्घाटनी उत्सव में विज्ञान एवं कारिगरी मंत्री अशोक चंद्र पंडा और JNU कुलपति मुख्य अतिथि भाव में जोगदेइथिले। यापर प्लानेरी सेसन आरंभ होईछि। एथिरे अन्यमानक सहित ओडिया भाषा साहित्य एवं संस्कृति तथा मिशन शक्ति सचिव सुजाता राउत कार्तिकेयन जोगदे निज अनुभूति वर्णना करिसेंति।
When he said and he reminded me this morning that you are coming for this JNU meet, I had actually forgotten about it. But ever since he reminded me at around 10:30, I have been having this warm memories of JNU flooding in of those years, 20 years ago, and I see many very friendly faces in front. Many people whom I didn't know were in JNU. So all of us are united by this one bond. It was when I was in class 9 that I decided I will go to Delhi to study. I was studying in a school at that time, and I thought, Mate hathw, somebody gave me a competition success review in standard 9, and I saw this lady's picture, Renu Bhagat, that year. Renu Bhagat had got through IAS, and she had given this interview, which for a 9th standard student seemed very glamorous, and at that time I didn't know what was the IAS. But इतने question कि मो IAS एमती पाइली, मो लेडी श्रीराम रे पढ़िली, तापरे JNU रे पढ़िली. I thought I must also go to the same two institutions. And then in plus 2 I took arts, which was a shocker at that time because no parent or teacher wanted the child to study arts in plus 2 at least. Everybody wanted to study science. So I took arts, and then by God's grace got through LSR. I did political science. There was another shocker. I was a pretty good student in Delhi University at LSR, and I did well in political science, but when I JNU entrance to Delhi for CPS, I was in shock, and a lot of people from Odisha had got through that year, and I was told later that Odisha jo pilamane jauchanti universities through, their political science is very strong. So it was a big ego crush for me कि मैं CPS टा पाइली नहीं. That was the first result to come out. Then I had one more option, SIS. Otherwise I would have gone back to Delhi University. Thankfully, by God's grace, again I got through SIS, and that is how I was in JNU. Nahale ମୋର first attempt CPS टा ମୁଁ जमारो पाइनथली, and that always remained as a problem for me. Aji भी जने कहले I was from CPS. I thought, okay, I didn't get through. But I did SIS, and I was very happy there. I had among many of you, maybe I had the distinction of being in Delhi University as well as JNU. So while both have shaped me, but I would say this for JNU, it was a very different atmosphere. And as Sir said, very cosmo, but at the same time, what would I say? It had that, जो मैंने ओडिया बुझी पार्चंती गोटे गाँवली स्नेह थाए JNU रो पिलांको भितरे, जोटा Delhi University रे probably not there. So जो गाँवली स्नेहटा, it makes you feel that you have, it's madam, if you don't understand, it is like you got it. So it made you feel like you have a home away from home. So thousands of students come from all over the country, from very small villages who have never been to Delhi. But when you are inside JNU campus, you don't feel the difference between the bourgeois and the proletariat so much. You feel like you are one family, you represent India, and anybody, jaha tar income level jaha bhi nahi tha, se munda uthi ki chali paribo JNU bhitere, because living there is so inexpensive. At that time it was, I don't know right now. Jodi apan ko JRF fellowship miluchi 3000 tankar, then you can live like a king or a queen in JNU. Ganga Dhaba, that bread and anda in front of Ganga Hostel. Even if you feel rich and you go towards the restaurants inside JNU also, it was not that expensive. So that way, student life was some of the best years I have spent at JNU, and seeing all of you, those memories come forth when life was very, all of us were nobodies at that time. I studied in JNU 96 to 98, 99 I was doing MPhil, and I got through. So we were all nobodies. So love and affection between students was very pure and innocent. Nobody was your friend because you were a big shot. Nobody was a big shot at that time. You were just friends because you were friends. So that innocence was there, that purity was there. All of us shared that. By God's grace, we all wrote exams, and I see everybody here is somebody in their sphere, and JNU has shaped all of us. We wrote exams. On the day we wrote the UPSC exams, I'm sure there must be hundreds of students more brilliant than us who wrote it, more accomplished than us who wrote it. I mean, they didn't get through. But some stroke of destiny we got through. We didn't get through because we were the most brilliant or the most hardworking. I mean, निजे जानिचु. आमर hostel रे केते पिला थिबे जो माने आमर much better. I personally know my friends who were much better, but did not get through. So there was some stroke of fate that God decided, okay, you have to clear this exam and you have to get through. And I was river rafting in Rishikesh when the results came out for my first attempt. That was another great thing about JNU. You could go to small places near Delhi at very low cost because there are group activities organized. Amane bahut jaga dekhichu JNU re padila bele. So I got the results and thankfully we got this service and we got opportunity to work for many of us our motherland, Matrubhumi, for many of us our Karmabhumi, this great beautiful land of Odisha, and where there is a platform for everybody to do good work. I think all of us will agree over here that we could have worked anywhere else also in the country, but we got to work in this land. जो कि platform अच्छी जब भलो काम करिवे ताहे निश्चय it will be recognized, it will be appreciated. So we thank God for that. And one thing that distinguishes, madam, you would be knowing all of us, is that JNU re padila pore, I will not disclose which party I was part of in JNU, but yes, I was also part of political students movement. Seteବେଳେ Chandrasekhar murder movement chalthila. So we have been doused with water cannons and all that has happened. I was part of the students movement against it. And again, there is a friend here who had told me at that time, kahi ye sobu politics karucho, pato dhyana diyo, UPSC karibar achi, you may not get through, so you just study. But JNU no gote atmosphere seteବେଳେ that you are just drawn to student politics. You don't go there to do politics, but you are drawn to it. And I remember there was a party at that time in JNU campus called Free Thinkers. Do you remember? Where else you will find free thinkers? And the presidential debates used to be so interesting. I mean, Sara Rati Vasiki Sudokalu presidential debates. You would feel like you are part of a big movement. So JNU has definitely shaped all of us. I can definitely say it has shaped me to a great extent. मते लगे the main thing जदि गोटे जिनस हमें कहबा कि कौन what has JNU how do you stand out, why are you different? There is a little bit of activism in all of us because of JNU. We don't work like normal bureaucrats or doctors or engineers or just NGO heads. There is a little bit of activism, that spirit of inquiry, that spirit of questioning, that spirit of standing for the people in a very aggressive manner. Seta samasthika bhitare achi, and that we all owe to JNU. So thank you Sangram for organizing this big thing, and maybe have more of it. Sir jaldi kaile. I think this is the first JNU meet that I am attending. Is it so? Yeah. So we should meet more frequently. Thank you.